it's Carol with Carol B Crafts. Today we'll be making this beautiful Thinking of You card. It's number 6 in our Basket Bunch online class. The sentiments come from the Basket of Wishes stamp set. We'll be using Thinking of You and Giving Thanks for the Blessing of You. If you don't have this particular stamp set, you can substitute it with another sentiment from another set that you find appropriate. Let's take a look and see what supplies you will need. From your class materials, you will need 1 sheet of thick Whisper White cardstock. You will need to have half a sheet of Sweet Sugar Plum, 2 sheets of this beautiful floral Succulent Garden DSP. Included are these 2 die cuts for the sentiment and these 2 scallop die cuts to go behind the sentiment on the front of the card. These die cuts come from the Layering Oval Framelits dies. The scalloped is the 3rd from the smallest, and the stitched oval framelit comes from the Stitched Shapes Framelits dies, and it is the 2nd from the smallest die. In addition, you'll need the 2 pieces of 6-inch ribbon that come in your class materials. We'll start by cutting our card bases out of the thick Whisper White cardstock at 5 1/2. The Sweet Sugar Plum we will cut at 4 inches. And 4 inches again. Then we'll turn them and cut at 5 1/4. Our Succulent Garden DSP we will cut at 3 3/4. And then turn and cut at 5. Again, 3 3/4. And then 5. And we're done with our cutting. Next, we'll score our card bases at 4 1/4. And then fold them in half. Take our bone folder and crease the fold. Next, we'll do our stamping, and we're going to use our piercing mat because we'll be using photopolymer stamps. We'll be using Sweet Sugar Plum ink. We'll use the Thinking of You stamp on our ovals. And the inside of our cards, we'll put our inside sentiment in Sweet Sugar Plum as well, and it's the Giving Thanks for the Blessings of You, for the Blessing of You. And we're done with our stamping. Okay, this card goes together relatively easy. We're going to put some snail on the back of our DSP. We'll put our DSP on top of our sweet sugar plum. Then we will take our Thinking of You, put some snail on it, and we will put it on top of our little sweet sugar plum oval. Set that aside for now. We're going to put the ribbon on our card base. We'll need to measure 1.5 inches from the bottom of the card on each side and mark it with a pencil. So we have 1.5 there and 1.5 here. Now next to our marks, we're going to take our snail and we're going to put about 1 inch of snail adhesive. So you can see it looks like about a 1 inch. We're going to wrap our ribbon around the front, leaving even edges on both sides. Find our mark, and the bottom of our ribbon will go even with that mark. We'll take it to the other side, find that mark, and then the bottom of our ribbon will be even with that mark. And we want to make sure there's no sags in our ribbon. Now we will put our panel on our card front, and we want to be sure to put some snail on our ribbon too so it stays there. And the last thing we have to do is put some dimensionals on our sentiment. I'm going to put 2 at the top and 2 at the bottom, near the bottom, but we don't want it to show. We want it close to the edge, but not so close that it shows. Remove the backing. And place over the ribbon slightly to the right. And we want to leave a space here about 1/4 inch, whatever appeals to you. And our card is done. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and check out my blog at www.carolbcrafts.com. Thanks and have a great day.